welcome to Doki-Doki eSports. I'm your caster, joined by my fellow kits. Wow, I should probably say my name, eh? I'm joined by my fellow caster, Ham.
That's me.
All right, today we have the biggest match of the season, aka the finals.
Woo! We've made it, boys.
After a long, grueling 3 months, I think 3 months. Oh, that's gotta be close to 3 months, right on the
I'm pretty
nuts.
sure we started March 3rd.
We did. Our first game was March 3rd.
It was
We are three
exactly three
months
months
in,
in.
right on the date. Oh my gosh.
Yep. It's been a long time.
Been a long road. Uh, been some ups and downs. But we're gonna finish off strong here, hopefully, with a really good finals, and I'm hoping we can have a close finals.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a 3-2. Ham, how do you think that's gonna go?
Um. So realistically, I think from what we saw from both teams last week, Rockport, in my opinion, should be the definitive favorite, and I think just the way that they shut down Cerro so dominantly is gonna convert really well into shutting down DOV. So it's either gonna be, I think it's either gonna be 3-1 or 3-0 for Rockport.
Yeah, I think the same. I still see ways of um Rockport kind of dropping a game. I expect them to win it, but I can see them dropping a game. So I'm gonna go 3-1, just because I like to be different than you, Ham.
That's fair. But yeah, I mean it's gonna be a pretty good set either way, whether it's 3-0 or 3-2. It's gonna be a fun one to watch. Both these teams have done very well in their time in the league, um, so I'm expecting nothing but greatness. Who did I get a message from? Astro. Let's open that up.
What's Astro Juan?
I don't know, but we're streaming. He's questioning my prediction. So,
Ooh,
um, yeah, my reasoning is I think Rockport has the best duo lane, bot lane in the whole league. I think if Ugly Color isn't better than Astro, I think at least him and Sean Bear make a better duo than Astro and Nubashiri. Can barely hear me? I can fix that. Let's see, is that okay? That brings up the level a little bit more. Okay. That should be somewhere around there. Anyways, so yeah, personally, I feel like Ugly and Sean are the best duo in the league.
yeah. Even though they haven't been around for a real long time, they've definitely come across as the best duo lane. I mean, the way they handled Soccer and DJH last week um, was to me surprising.
Right.
I didn't think that they're going to stomp them quite that hard.
Yeah. The word handled is
Yeah,
exactly like they grab them
they
in their
literally handled
hands
them.
and just yeah. um,
Come on now. I mean, they're literally just walking them.
yeah, which was definitely not expected.
No,
Soccer and DJH might have been having an off day. I don't know, but I still feel like it's going to translate pretty well into playing against Astro and Anubashiri. And so,
uh,
go ahead.
but not you.
Okay, I was going to say, considering it seems like DOV tends to play around their bot lane, or usually carry through, and sometimes they can carry through that are top, but it is usually on Astro Cuck to kind of come in and save the day. Considering that lane should at least be tempered, I think Rockport is going to go at least even or better in the other lanes as well, which gives them kind of the big advantage.
Yeah, as we saw last week, it was pretty much get ugly color ahead and see what the heck happens from there. Well, who was playing last week? Heat Viper? No, Heat
It
Viper
was
was
it
out.
was quick slice.
Quick Slice, yeah. Um, Quick slice and DHA just don't feed. Literally, that's all. Their game plan was let's get ugly color ahead. BGG is going to pitch a tent down bot like you've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have quick slice and DHA just sit there and farm.
Right. And
And I don't think they can do that this game. This set they can't do that. They need to create advantages in other lanes.
but I think it's going to be a lot easier for them because Life is Bad and DFG
Right.
are the most dominant laners in the league,
Oh yeah. Oh for sure.
right? And so those two even just going even. Actually, Quick Slice was constantly 100 CS down, so I'm not even
Oh
going to
yeah.
call it even. But the fact that
Hey,
they,
Sean Bear.
whoo, we got a new sub. What's up, boy? Hey, you got access to our lovely emote for when DOV picks Vel'Koz. Um, yeah, so I feel like DAJ should. It's either going to be a Farm Fest versus Clovers, which I think favors DAJ because his team will be able to use that more effectively, or he's going to have a bit of an advantage. And then Heat Viper versus Chef. I still don't know a whole lot about Heat Viper as a mid laner. So that one's really hard for me to guess.
Yeah. I think it will be a tad bit harder these games to get a head bot. I mean, Anubishiri's a peel support player, right? And then Leona. So what's harder to get a lead into? Two teams going against each other head to head, or a farm lane, right? So, like you said, I think yes. I think between Chef and Chloe, much easier lanes to get a lead in than EJ or no, EFG and Life. Yeah, I'm definitely expecting the mid lane and top lane to be a lot different this series. So hopefully we can get a good set here, and we're going into champ select. What do you think DOV and Rockport need to do to win pick ban phase?
It's really hard to tell, especially with the changes that 80 carries. I'm not sure where either of these two stand, but I think both teams should look to try to get whatever advantages in the bot lane they can, because I feel like that's going to be the most heavily influential lane in this whole series.
Yeah. I'm really, honestly, someone better pick Lucian here. If DOV doesn't ban it here, I fully expect Rockport to grab it. Because we've seen that before. We've seen them play Lucian Braum.
Yeah.
And if they should first pick it, first rotation pick it.
Probably, especially with how strong Lucian is this patch. On the flip side, Jhin has been doing fairly well lately with Stormrazor, and we know that was Astro's like pop-off 80 carry at the beginning of the split. All right, and we're gonna pick up early on. That's either going to Chef or Nubashiri. Either way, it's a decent grab. And what is Rockport thinking?
That probably is Morgana for Anubishiri, which I actually like, because if they did plan on going Lucian Braum, Morgana absolutely shuts that down.
Yeah.
Quite heavily.
There's the Lucian, at the very least.
I still think that's a fine pick into the Morg. Gives you a dash at least to get away from the stun. A really good Trundle pickup, who I'm hoping is for Worf.
Yeah, it'll probably be for Worf. It's not that great of a top lane pick.
Now Kai'Sa can struggle into Lucian. It kind of has the same as the Ezreal effect, where he just beats her early. And being that it's an earlier game meta right now, even though Kai'Sa's first item, yes, is going to be bought quicker than Lucian's, assuming it's even.
Yeah.
Lucian Braum should have power over this lane still.
Yeah, even with the Morgana pick kind of there to shut down the combo from them, it should still be a fairly strong lane. It's a lot of damage coming out for them. Like you said, Lucian has a little bit of an advantage over Kai'Sa. It's actually not that much. In fact, Kai'Sa actually has... Lucian is listed as a counter pick to Kai'Sa, but he's got a losing win rate against her anyways. If that says anything about how strong of a pick Kai'Sa is right now.
Oh, Kai's absolutely disgusting right now. As soon as she
Right,
gets 2 items, it's gross. She's
right.
doing more damage this patch than last.
Even with like the hotfix nerf, she's still pretty nasty. And full AP Kai'Sa is definitely something to be reckoned with.
Now, okay, so have you seen the hotfix changes to Talia?
Yes, and they looked
Busted.
nasty.
Absolutely busted.
Yeah,
Not okay. She got, I think it was like 150%, or like it's a 50% change in her damage. Like she was doing 100% damage before, now it's at like 150 with her full combo.
yeah.
Absolutely disgusting.
Stupidly strong mid laner right now. I don't know if either of these two actually play Talia.
I would love to see it because it's, in my opinion, probably one of the best mid picks right now. She was at bottom of the barrel to way up there, on the mid lane pick.
Yeah.
I don't know if the champion stats reflect it right now on OP.TG, uh, but she somehow is like towards the bottom on mid, but has a 52% win rate or something. Like it's getting bonkers.
Yeah, 51.5% at the moment, which is
Keeps going
only
up.
yeah, which is only 15th best. 13th, sorry. Ooh, the Singe pick. Okay, so Singe is doing pretty well right now, especially with the new Nimbus Cloak rune. It makes it
Yes.
incredibly easy for Singe to engage onto people without
Yeah,
needing the Righteous Glory that early.
I feel like they're like, who wants this ability? And then instantly they're like, oh, Singe needs some love.
Right.
'Cause why not? Let's give him a Nimbus cloak.
Not to mention, like, the change to Shurelya's is almost better for Singe now. It's just like, oh,
Yes.
and I get mana regen. Thanks, Rito.
Yeah. Oh, this patch benefited Singed heavily.
Yeah.
And I would, oh, the Anivia. Yeah. So
That's
yeah, she got a
interesting.
buff, but it's still Anivia right now.
So, one interesting thing against for Anivia going into a Morgana early is if he times his Q right, the first hit of his Q might blow up the Black Shield for the
It
stun to still
should.
proc, um, which should
It
be
should
pretty
definitely.
helpful.
It definitely should, like levels 1 through, or I guess not 1, but you know what I mean. 1 through like probably honestly like 10 or 11, because
Yeah.
Morgana takes a little bit to get that maxed up, and she doesn't have that much AP. In the early game until if she starts building AP, then she can. But it's not that big of a shield just on the base.
Yeah. Another positive thing about the Anivia going into this comp is that all of DOV's members run straight at you, right?
Yes.
They have no hard engage, so the fact that he can put up an Anivia wall to either stop them from reaching them or cut the backline off from being able to follow up on it
Hmm.
should probably favor Rockport in terms of these front to back team fights there. But there is quite a bit of pickoff potential for DOV, and that's where Rockport's going to have to be careful.
Yeah, Anivia having no mobility and Cho'Gath, whether he's tanky or not, it's hard to survive a 3-second snare,
Right,
um, on top of a stun from Vigar.
right.
So
You get Morg queued, then Vagar puts up a wall, then Singed flips you into the wall, and then you get hit up
dead.
by a Trundle pillar if you're still alive somehow. I don't know. It's
If you're live after 4.5 to 5 seconds, there's something wrong with the
it's
other team.
right. Not to mention Kai'Sa late game is going to be shredding through Cho'Gath and Warwick whether she goes AP
Oh
or
yeah,
not.
yeah,
Just so much on hit
absolutely.
damage.
It just melts tanks right now. It's disgusting.
No cat, you do not have top cheer. Lilac currently has top cheer from the other day.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're beat out. Cat's like BRB. Let me fix this.
Right. Let me pull out my credit card. Um, yes.
What are we thinking for over under?
Over under. God, we got to do that, don't we? Okay.
Yeah.
You want to do Vagar stacks?
Oh, ooh, that could be fun.
Let's do Vagar stacks.
Okay, you got to come up with the number because I don't have a freaking clue. I
All
was
right.
gonna say like 300, but that might be too high. I don't
Um,
know.
I would
Too
say
low.
I'm gonna guess the game's probably gonna be about around 25 to 30 minutes long. So
Okay.
In that amount of time, I would expect Veigar to have anywhere between 150 and 250. Large number. Depends on how many kills and assists he gets. So let's go ahead and just do over under. let's do over under 225
Oh,
stacks.
Moneybag Richie.
Yeah, we do got Moneybag Ridge. What's up, boy? All right. Over under 225 Veigar stacks. If it lands on the dot,
Everybody
everybody
wins.
gets entered.
Okay. Oh, Chili StarCraft. Chili over.
Yeah, Chili over, Cat over, Rich under, Challenger Pool over.
Challenger pool over. You said.
Yeah. Canadian Champ under. Retrieval over.
Shoot. And take over. For a second at least. I have retrieval typed out. I don't know if it's in.
No. That's everyone for now.
Okay, there we go.
You're hyped AF right now because we're in grand finals
Exactly.
with DOV, who second seed probably should have made it in finals, and a team that I don't know if anybody expected to be in finals. So that's why you're hyped, dude.
Probably hyped too because of that monster prize pool.
Yeah, right? All these other pay to enter leagues are wishing like God they had this kind of prize pool.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
All right. See if we see any early game shenanigans. Both teams could. I mean, you have a Morgana. I would actually kind of hope to see something. I mean, if we're crying out loud, you got a 2.5 second snare. 2 second, yeah, 2 second snare early. Like,
Yeah.
don't invade out. You have early game power.
The only issue is you're actually going into a Braum, who is the other best invade champion at these
Right.
levels. So it's kind of a rough spot, but
Everyone being defensive, which is okay. Warwick actually looking to be starting top side.
he might wrap down.
Might switch over.
Yeah, might just be doing the kind of the full coverage. What I'm looking to kind of see is if they do like an early ward into the pixel brush. DOV got one down, but Rockport isn't. Oh, actually, they got an early control ward in there. Wow.
Got the control ward.
Okay,
Oh, Morgana did.
that's interesting. She's gonna lose a lot of sustain going into such an aggressive bot lane. That might be a bad choice, but the early map control could definitely prove useful in the future, because what a lot of supports are doing these days is they're just level 1 before the camp even starts. They place any kind of ward in that brush, which gives them advanced knowledge if the jungler goes for scuttle or not.
Yeah, and having that knowledge is actually pretty big because if they do go for an early scuttle there, that does allow their jungler to invade their top side, which Warwick is doing. So if they do spot this, I would expect Trundle either to try to contest it or probably could have invaded.
Yep.
I have no idea what that Q was from Morgana.
Yeah, looks like Worf is actually gonna try and get some damage down onto BGG. Got an okay amount, but I mean, Warwick really doesn't care about that at all.
That's 2 stacks for the Veigar.
Woo! Veigar's getting there, boys. DHJ is not respecting the Singe at all in these early levels.
No, he needs to be careful because Singe with the flip's gonna get real annoying real quick for you, DHA.
Yeah. He's gonna have to just kind of let the Singe push into him, give him a lot of space, and then yeah, just farm with his W and his E. Don't really go for anything aggressive in his Singe because it's not a matchup he's gonna win early on.
No. No, you pretty much have to let Singe just get outscaled kind of in this matchup, unless you get Warwick to help you out, which he could. definitely not going to be a fun time.
Yeah. Now the upside is he can silence the Singe when Singe is just running at him, so he can usually kind of try to avoid the flip. Also, shout
Kinda.
out to Challenger Pool for subbing. Thank you, sir.
Hey, thanks, Challenger Pool. You can spam Vel'Koz when apparently they ban it.
Yep.
Bunch of bullies not letting us spam it.
Right.
The heck with your match. We want to spam the Vel'Koz.
Yeah, need to put in a new rule. Nobody can ban Vel'Koz. And not because... Oh my god, it is raining outside. I hope that doesn't bleed through the mic.
I can't hear it.
Okay.
And do you know how I know this is going to be a good day?
You have a can of chew right in front of you. I don't know.
Oh, I went out and bought 2 fresh logs.
Okay.
That's 10 tins.
Jesus.
That's how we know it's going to be a good day. And I saw the Copenhagen truck get there yesterday. So, you know, I know they're fresh right off the line. I think I'm the only one in this entire city that buys it, but that's alright.
Very, very possible.
Not too many old people, I feel like, chew the Copenhagen.
Yeah, you do live in a fairly old town.
I do. No one under the age of 25, it seems like, lives here.
So it looks like Rockport might be going for an early dragon here. They're getting a lot of vision control.
Warwick has a lot of sustain and obviously is able to take that at a fairly good rate, even by himself.
Yeah. He could definitely do it by himself. Because they sent so many people to clear the visions, though, it kind of made it obvious to DOV that he's looking to do this. So they do have the Trundle and the Vagar collapsing for at least the Scuttle. Good communication from them there. Smite away from Worf, but that just means if they start this dragon, he won't have the smite quite immediately.
Good job from them, though, to realize that they were trying to get the vision controller for the dragon.
Yep.
And then taking that Rift Scuttle away. It is a fairly important camp now with the damage done to A, the vision at the beginning of the season, and the buffs that are, I guess, more importance of a Scuttle Crab, I guess.
Right.
Buff to Scuttle Crab? I don't know how to describe it, really.
Yeah, I mean, the change
it's
to
a
the
buff, right?
XP and gold rate. I mean, it's definitely a buff because it feels easier to take now.
Oh, for sure.
And-
it's really quick.
Not only that, but I mean, you get so much experience from it. You get so much gold that once you get into this mid game, it becomes a very prized thing because instead of having, 5 or 6 camps that you can take, you now have that extra one, and it's so easy as well that getting the XP lead from it is fairly useful, especially if you're not going to lose anything by going for it.
I'm really happy that we didn't see anything crazy going for it where, yes, it's strong, but it's not an, like,
Right.
game-defining.
Don't team fight over it. That's silly. But, definitely you can definitely call down your mid laner if they have priority.
AJ is just getting bullied so hard in this lane.
Yeah, oh, Ugly Cow's actually going to get caught by the root. Forced to use his heal, but Astrocook wants to pick up, but he's going to get hit by the concussive blows. No Black Shield for him. First blood over to Ugly Color. Still needs to run away from Anubis, but there's a fight inside the pit. He's going to re-engage onto the Morgana. The Dragon does go over to the Singe. BGG gonna fall to Chef Salad Tosser, but Heat Viper wants to pick up a kill. No, he gets out with the Black Shield. Ugly Color dashes over the wall. Gonna flash right back over into the Poison Trail. He can't chase. So 1-for-1 with a Dragon going over, but first blood over to Ugly Color. I really don't know who that favors.
Rygar did get the other kill, and he's up in farm.
Yeah.
Now, it was Astro that went down, so he's not able to get farm at the moment. They're going to push us in the turn. They'll probably lose a couple minions here. Not the end of the world.
Right.
That cannon falls, that should fall, so that's kind of big. Especially how big cannon is. That's pretty big, actually. I think that goes over on the side of Rockport.
Yeah.
Not by much, but losing that cannon and getting the first blood's pretty big.
Yeah, I would agree. They are up 400 gold now, actually, which is a pretty good amount. And most that's off of just the CS that happened after that trade.
That's boy, that's a that's a lot of that's a really big power spike for Lucian right now. I
Yeah.
guess not a spike, but it's pretty big getting
It's
both components.
right. Getting both components there is pretty massive. He's going to be able to out-sustain the Kai'Sa really heavily. And they've already been shoving them in, so... DOV did get the drag, which is why I'm having a hard time deciding whether it's DOV or Rockport favored. I think the Mountain Drake is good, but their team isn't that great at sieging anyways. Which is why I would go for the pure gold buff here in the short term. If this goes long, obviously another Drake is good, but I'd say immediately this is more of an advantage for Rockport.
The longer the game goes on at an even state, that Mountain Dragon's going to give more value than a kill.
Yep.
Like, 20 minutes of 400 gold lead literally is nothing. I mean, no one cares about that little of a gold lead at that point.
Yeah, wow, they are going for a really aggressive play here. Schomberg's actually going to flash in, doesn't land the Glacial Fissure onto any priority target. Astrocook's able to flash away. Now they're going to try and go on to Anubis-Shiri. He's taking a lot of damage with the Black Shield. Should be able to keep him alive for a meantime, but DHA with the flash in. He's actually going to fall. Schomberg going to get hit by the pillar. Probably going to fall here soon, but a nice Rupture coming out from the Cho'Gath. Keeps him alive for the time being. Here comes BGG on the side. Worf does not have flash, so if he gets hit by the suppression, he's going to fall. Another kill over to Ugly Color. And a really well set up play there. At first, it's like, Schomberg, why are you tanking all 9 minions here? And then I saw the TP coming in. I was like, oh. Now it makes
that's
sense.
why.
They are losing a lot on the top side of the map for it, but it is. We were talking about this before. They want Ugly Color to win the game for them, and this is how they're going to do it.
Especially in the early game like this, like Lucian needs to be ahead early.
Yeah.
Because Kai'Sa should, in theory, destroy him damage-wise late game.
Theoretically, yeah. Especially if he goes AP. He's going to one-shot people with his W.
Yeah, it's really not a fun time. When all of a sudden your Lucian's like, all right, I'm running in to go to the fight and I'm dead.
Yep.
And I actually enjoy. I like that Cho'Gath got the kill initially on the Morgana. It's really good for him to be able to get those stacks on champions early.
Yeah, the stack is nice. The fact that he was able to TP and actually got some gold into his pocket is nice. Not to mention his AD carry still got something. Already at a Blade the Rune King 11 minutes in. Anivia sitting at a Rod of Ages 11 minutes in. Like, 11 minutes is a pretty early point for both these people to be hitting their power spike, but it looks like Heat Viper actually might be forced to flash out of here. Nice use of the stun. Probably going to go over the Event Horizon. Yep.
And Nivea now has to play super safe.
Yeah.
If you see a Trundle and you don't have flash, you're dead in this lane. You're just straight up dead.
Yeah.
Whether you have Egg or not. Because Trundle pillars you and you literally cannot get away from a Vigar wall. Actually impossible.
Yeah.
Unless, I guess it's not impossible unless Vigar just completely apes it. Like, I'm going to place it in front of you so when you're running away you get out.
Yeah, a little interesting looking at Veigar's build. I don't know why he got this Amplifying Tome, because that really doesn't build into any of the first things that a Veigar actually wants to build it into early. Not considering he already has the Lost Chapter. Because
yeah, I don't...
Go ahead.
I guess later he could get a Morello?
Possibly Morello's.
Which wouldn't be the worst thing against this team. I mean, BTG and Ugly Color are both going to be trying to sustain, and Cho'Gath doesn't have terrible sustain either in fights.
That's fair. That could definitely help.
But getting it now, I wouldn't have mind even sitting on that 400.
Right. Sitting on the 400 so you get the Ludens earlier.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big deal. Not to mention, like, the biggest spike that I've ever seen from Veigar is he gets his Luden, he gets his Rabadons. There's nothing you can do about it. Oh my god, they're actually going for a dive. Wow, what the suppression landed. So DHA wants to pick up the kill. He does land it with the Vorpal spikes. Oh my god. That was either calculated or really lucky. Oh my god, Ugly Color doing so much damage.
Oh.
What is that damage there, Astro Cook? Now the one forced to take some hits. He does not have flash to get out, but the Trundle Pillar actually saves his life for the time being. Ugly Color wants to pick up the kill, but he's just not able to. Veigar's made his way down, but the Coling goes completely wide. This is going really bad for Rockport right now. Might have overstepped. Sean Bear gonna get flashed on by Worf, and he falls down to Ugly Color. Nice
You get
job
topside
there.
first turret, but Astro and Inuashir, I think with a combined health living of like 100.
Right, almost nothing.
So that feels real bad for the Lucian, but real good for the side of DLV.
Yeah, that was definitely well played. I liked the fact that DOV, they knew that BGG was topside, and they're just like, you know what, this is our chance to actually try and get our bot lane ahead. So they moved down there. Gonna be able to pick up a kill on the Wharf, but they're just trading it over for BGG. No, maybe not actually. Chef, now the one on the short end of the stick, taking lots of damage. Oh, are you going for it, Beat? Are you doing it? Is he doing it? I think he's doing it. That's really
Freaking
okay.
risky.
Hey, force the flash at least,
yeah.
right? Might as well.
And he might have thought that BGG had flash still. And so he could have been thinking that he's gonna flash Fear Me Q. He wasn't gonna be in range for a Q in that scenario.
Yeah.
Well, 99% sure of this. Dragon going over. Yep. And another stack for Cho'Gath.
Woohoo!
Stacks on stacks, baby.
Right. How many is Veigar at? Veigar's at 55.
Veigar's at 55.
That is really low right now.
Yeah, that's rough.
He should be at around 80 or 90.
He has 109
He's
farms, so it's not like
farming
he hasn't
really
been
well.
farming.
He's just not farming with his Q.
That definitely hurts.
It's because he's put all of his points into his W, so he's actually doing no damage with his Q. Which
he's not
makes
maxing Q?
No, he's not, which is very, very bad on a Veigar. When you're...
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Now, W does a lot of damage. It does more than Q, but it's up less consistently, and it's harder to hit. So,
That and
he's-
the fact that you're not getting stacks.
yeah, and he's not getting stacks. So he's definitely below the power spec that he should be at on the Veigar.
Where, yes, I guess he has more burst potential, maxing that. But right now, you really don't. I feel like you don't care about bursting someone out at this current time anyway. Yeah, it's nice. Being able to get
Right.
more AP is going to be huge for you.
Right, he's at the point of the game where he should just be trying to scale up. Don't know how much it's going to work. Actually, Worf gets engaged on by BGG, but he's not going to fall quite yet. No lockdown, but the Veigar wall is actually going to stop the whole team from advancing. Lucian gets caught up by it, falls to the Chef Salad Tosser. Nice fight so far from DOV. They're going to be able to get D8J as well with another hit from the passive, but it's not going to land. Might fall to the Veigar. Yep. W lands, not enough to finish him, sadly, but I think Clovers? No, maybe. They're trying. They're really trying.
Oh, body block from Ram to save his life there. Wow, these fights are going pretty heavily in the favor of DLV. And the thing that's bad about that is that Kai'Sa is a thing. It is a ticking time bomb.
Right.
Where her build's been delayed quite a bit, and they're still winning fights with a pickaxe, essentially.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now is Rockport's trying to tunnel really heavily onto a Wharf in these fights, and he's doing a lot for him, but if you can't tunnel on one specific target against this comp, because that target is always going to get hit by a Black Shield from Morgana, which means when you tunnel, you immediately lose that fight, so they need to be a little bit more kind of picky-choosy into where they go. But, I mean, DOV have been playing it really well. They're fighting in choke points where they can get great stun walls up from the Veigar. So,
And this, I don't know about you, but this feels like a very typical DOV comp. Like, we're not going to be the best early game team, and we're just going to try to win late game team fights, right? I mean,
yeah.
with Astro and Chef on super late game champions, I mean, obviously the later Veigar goes, he has infinite scaling, so disgusting late game.
Yeah. And he's gotten a Fiendish Codex now. I have no clue what he's going to build that into. He might get an early Zanya's. He might go for...
I guess, yeah. I don't really think you need it here.
No. Might
Not
be
for-
Banshees. I have no clue. Whatever it is, I don't like it.
No. Kind of hoping he just kind of sits on that. Ooh, I have no idea how the heck that didn't hit Brown, but okay.
Yeah, he probably shifted his hitbox or something weird like that. No clue at all. Wow, Clover's is actually taking a lot of damage from Cho'Gath. This is the scary part for Singe, when Cho'Gath has this Abyssal Mask and just takes almost no damage.
And he's almost got his Righteous Glory too.
Yep.
There's so much MR now, just from the 2 items, and Sinch has absolutely 0 pen.
Yeah. And there is a decent amount of magic damage on the side of Rockport for this Abyssal Mask to help them all. Warwick, mostly magic damage. Anivia, all magic damage, actually.
But
Unless she's auto-attacking, which she might. Who knows?
I get a couple auto off in a fight, but they do have quite a bit of magic damage. Both teams actually have a lot. If Kaiser does go AP, they're pretty much all at that point
Right.
magic damage, except for the Trundle, obviously. But you really don't need to build armor just for a Trundle right away.
Not at all, actually.
Ooh.
Wow, this guy's in a bit of a rough spot, but a nice use of his ultimate yet again. Always
That's
using that
good work.
so well. Yeah, and Warwick's getting caught up. BGG really needs to start playing a little bit more safely, a little bit more passively. Want to see him pick up a Mercury Tread here. It'll be pretty good for him. So right now they're just getting caught up by all the stuns from DOV.
DOV has so much CC on this comp.
Yep. And it's
kind of awkward CC, but there's a lot there.
right. I mean, it's enough to be scary, right? Vagar wall is really easy to land around people, right? The hard part is getting them to step into the wall. So when you have a Vagar wall around you, then you see his W falling down, right? You try to dodge that, and then you try to dodge the Morgue binding, right? And then Trundle puts a pillar in the middle of it, right? All he needs to do is land that wall around 2 or 3 people, and that pretty much wins them the entire team fight.
Yeah, if you can hit a couple good walls, then it's going to be pretty rough, honestly. In team fights for the side of DOV, or for Rockport, my bad. Even like you said, even if you don't hit the stun on the wall, like just keeping them inside that cage
Right.
is atrocious.
Right, you get them all to group up. Your team loves it when they group up, especially if Kai'Sa ends up getting a Hurricane, right? The AoE damage from this team is pretty significant. We might actually see them fight around the dragon. If Rockport want to win this fight, they honestly need to be able to engage and not just get caught up and zoned out.
They need to wait for this Braum ult to get off cooldown if they really want to fight.
Yeah.
Cho'Gath did just get his ult, and Braum's ult will be up here pretty soon.
Yeah, so they're just gonna stall, play it slow. Nice double rupture. Oh no, BGG gets caught out, but a nice Brummel is gonna save him for the time being. But the Trundle Pillar actually keeps Sean Bear in a bad spot, but the Glacial Fissure is gonna be enough to disengage for the time being. And nothing's happening but a couple of low health bars, which actually is gonna favor DOV quite a bit because they didn't use any ultimates there. Rockport want to go. The Colleen's out, doing an okay amount of damage.
In this team comp, I really don't know why.
Oh my god, DHA gets the consume off on, or the
That's
feast
a
off
huge pick.
onto Kai'Sa. That is a pretty big pick, but a 4-man stun from the Vagar is going to slow down Rockport's advance. They still want to go for this dragon, but DOV are not deterred by the loss of their AD carry. Another rupture is going to land onto the Morgue. She's going to fall. Nice
Good,
pickup
that
kill from the Anivia. Worf smites away the dragon, but BGG goes into the wall. No.
Goodbye.
All of
Yeah,
that.
BGG was forced to use Smite actually to stay alive. They had no right to go for that dragon there whatsoever.
Yeah. That's a pretty big pickup there for DOV. They lost a couple of people, only traded back for one, but an Infernal Drake with their scaling comp from the Vagar and the Kai'Sa is such a big pickup for the team.
And honestly, if you're even in kills right now, you got 2 dragons, you don't even care about losing a couple members there, honestly.
No, that's hashtag worth.
That's a Captain Worf and a half.
Uh-huh. All right, a little interesting that Ugly Color didn't go for a Essence Reaver second. I really don't like that. I feel like Essence Reaver would have been the right choice here. Because going Rapid Fire means he essentially has to go IE next if he wants to maximize his damage at this point.
Essence Reaver is so big on Lucian.
Yeah.
Like, you just get to skirt around fights and get so many passive procs off with it. And obviously, you know, Lucian loves to have that.
Yeah.
Remember when Lucian's dash was on like a, what was it, like a second cooldown or something stupid?
Yeah, the cooldown reacted much differently with his auto attacks than it does now. Because now I'm pretty sure his the cooldown lowers when he auto attacks somebody when he double taps somebody that's hit by his W. Whereas it used to be a little bit easier to get off. Actually, wow, Worf is going to get cut out, but the Vagar wall once again stopping everybody from getting in. Astro Cook, nice use of the QSS. Get out of there. Lots of damage coming from the Vagar. Worf is getting taken pretty low. Actually going to fall now. Sean Bear wants another pick off, but another great Vagar wall. Makes it very difficult.
Ooh. Hello, Cho'Gath.
Oh my god.
And I really like the QSS here from Astro. That's really big.
Yeah, it was definitely a little early. Wow, a 3-man rusher from DHA is going to start another fight. Looks like Astro Cook's actually going to fall. Another kill over to Ugly Color. And probably a turret next on the block. Rockport just forgetting everything. They're just like, we don't care. We're going to go in. Oh, Lilac, what's up, bud?
Hey, Lilac. Vagar's 4-0 right now. Vagar's getting quite starting to get scary. If he had a Rabadon, he'd be real scary right now.
Yeah, he's sitting at 143 AP. Finally starting to get some stacks here. Most of these are from fights, too. You can actually... Let's go ahead and focus on him. See if it'll tell us where he's getting them. Okay, it doesn't in spectate, sadly.
Fortunate. The later this game goes on, honestly, the more and more, like we said, goes in the favor of DOV, and DOV has all the outer turrets right now? No, except for the mid lane. Okay.
Yeah.
I was about to say surprised that they don't have a... I was gonna say I'm surprised that they don't have a banner yet.
But
then I
DOV
forgot.
has 2.
Then I was like, oh, wait a second. I forgot. You can build banner now, but it's not insta-immune to magic damage anymore.
Right. And even got hotfix 30 where it just is considerably worse than it was earlier. 40% damage reduction is pretty decent, I guess, but still...
To be fair, 70% was a little disgusting.
70% was stupid. I would have settled on maybe 50.
Yeah.
I think 50 would have been good. Because if you put it in a lane now, it's pretty much like a lane with other people. It's pretty much worthless. You have to set it in the side lane for it to be effective, which is probably how it should be used.
We all know Singe likes to split push, especially Chloe loves split pushing and says, "I don't want to be with your team. I'm just gonna go off to the side lane."
Yeah, honestly surprised that Clovers has any kill participation.
Saw that Cho'Gath game at the 0-1-0.
Wasn't it Renekton?
I thought it was a Cho'Gath. It might have been Renekton.
I think it was Renekton.
They're starting this Baron.
Yeah, DOV saw multiple bot. Baron is incredibly easy to take this patch because it does almost no damage now. So BGG is going to have to get in and steal this away, but it doesn't look like he will. Kaiser actually gets the pickup kill. The nice pillar slowing the advance from Rockport, but they still need to be careful because DHA is here. The Nivea's ult isn't going to be able to land onto anybody useful, but looks like Astro might be falling, taking a lot of damage. Didn't get the ult over the wall, sadly. But Rockport are definitely in the worst in this situation. DOV get Baron and only lose one. Really good play from them.
Yeah, if I'm DOV there, again, I don't care about losing Kaiser. Nope. That literally does not matter.
Nope, not at all.
She's not going to be split pushing, or dear God, please, I hope not.
Right.
If we see a split push Kaiser, I'm going to be quite frustrated.
Yeah. That wouldn't be ideal, would it?
Not really. But now Singe being able to split push into the Cho'Gath with a banner, that's gonna be pretty big. Especially with banner.
Yes.
Cho'Gath does not clear banner or Baron banner real quick, so
No, he does have the ult to do a quick 1,000 true damage, which will bypass the damage reduction, luckily, but still not that great of a situation. He does have a banner of his own now, so woohoo. He's gonna back. Try to stop the
he's
Singe.
gotta stop top lane, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I would say it might be worth just losing the inner to secure the dragon, because right now he's going to have to TP, which puts him in a bit of a bad spot. Really nice Anivia wall there. Luckily, DOV didn't pull the trigger at all. Oh god, I saw somebody build IE first the other day, and somehow they ended up winning because the rest of the team was absolutely carrying them. But I was like, you just spent 3,700 gold on 80 attack damage. It's like, good lord, dude.
So inefficient.
It's so bad.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Cho'Gath has taken a year and a half to clear this minion.
Yeah.
Ooh, by Chloe.
Yeah, Clover's is dead. Having some fun though, running circles.
I'm surprised DHA didn't just go for this consume there.
Yeah.
Lucian and Braum are both there to help clear that banner real quick, but you lose mid and possibly another mid.
Yeah,
Trundle takes these pillars disgustingly fast now.
Yeah, they sent a lot of people top, and they kept them there for some reason, which makes it really hard for them to actually defend their base. They've lost 2 towers, almost 3. They're going to pick up the Trundle, but they need to back and go stop bot lane, because...
I'm not mad about this Kai'Sa split push.
Right, Kai'Sa might not have Baron, but the Morg does, and the Inner... No, Inner still have the same amount of health, but Inhib and Nexus turrets are so squishy now.
It's like 2,600 now, right?
Yeah, you can't leave people alone with those. Like,
No.
it's just not good.
Especially with Baron.
Right.
Like, they're just getting walked around the map right now, and DOV is looking really good. They have the gold lead now, and the dragon, the Infernal Dragon is probably giving just a whole bunch right now.
Yeah, even with only 1 stack, still pretty useful. Let's go ahead and check up on Veigar. Currently 161 ability power. Oh my god, he maxed his stun second.
He's not he still hasn't have Q max.
Dying right now as someone that
boy.
actually plays Veigar. I mean, it's working, right? They're...
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You could have so many more sacks, honestly.
Oof, oof.
He fell off a little bit in farm. 213 at 31 is not ideal. Lucian farming pretty well right now.
Yeah, actually ridiculously well, 281.
EHJ is 6-0 and 3 right now. I didn't even notice.
He's popping off. They just haven't been able to use him yet, sadly. I mean, he can get into a fight and he can eat somebody, but the big problem is that, like, there's no way for him to get in either.
Yeah, Veigar just says, I don't want you in here, so you're not going to. Give a Trundle.
Yeah, looks like they might try and force a fight mid, actually. With DOV being this split, this isn't actually that bad of idea. Just forcing down the turret, I like that.
Cho'Gath takes up the entire cage.
I know, he can't move. He's just like, if I move, I'm dead.
That's actually great. Hilarious.
Yep.
Did one of my customs, against bots, and just to see how many stacks I could get on Cho'Gath, I ended up having, I think it was 43 in the game, and I had 10k health.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
I imagine.
Absolute huge. Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, the Cho'Gath is going towards the stone plate now. That'll up his damage a little bit. His burst, at least. Sustained damage is definitely going to be lacking.
It's such a weird item, because literally everybody else, or for Cho'Gath specifically, because everybody else is like, oh, I lose damage. Cho'Gath's like, psych, I gain damage.
Gain
so,
damage. Does Cho'Gath's size have a limit? I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure it infinitely scales, but
I
it's
think
like
there's a song.
it's diminishing
Due
your
to
turns
items.
later on, I think.
Yeah. Well, I guess not even due to items. His alt, I guess, can infinitely stack, but yeah,
Yeah.
this is about the size he's gonna get.
This is a round where you see Cho'Gath and Dean. He can get even bigger if he buys like a elixir of iron. And I think does Stoneplate increase your size as well?
You being that it gives him more health.
Increases
Yes.
champion size. Yep. So
That and the elixir of iron.
yeah, if he gets both of those, he's gonna take up that whole pathway right there.
Wait, he has elixir of iron already.
Yeah.
It's a big Cho'Gath though.
It is a
Like, look at him compared to the size of Lucian. Lucian looks like a little ant.
I know. It's pretty scary.
I'm just saying, if I saw a wild Cho'Gath running at me at that size, it'd be like, A, why is there a dinosaur in this? And then B, why is it the size of the Twin Towers?
Right.
RIP. But
Yeah, Lucian is at a pretty decent point item-wise. He does have his Essence Reaver now. He
They
might
could-
actually have a pick-off on the Wharf. No, that pillar just stunned all of them. Oh, good God.
yeah, it was a huge pillar. He was cut out. Head to rights there. I mean, that pillar was huge.
Yeah. Sadly, Cho'Gath has to stick bot because this inhib is open. With banner commands being placed down the console, like he has to stick around. Duvi just gonna try and run down the Baron again, doing so much damage so fast. Rockport
taking
haven't
so
even
quick.
gone in, but BGG tries to steal it again, but he's not gonna be able to. Taking a lot of damage from the Kaiser, but gets burst down almost immediately. Nice use of the Zanyas from
Mortal.
Shiri. Worf still alive on the front line. Ugly Color gets burst down by the Veigar. Kaiser with the ultimate in, gonna be able to pick off the Anivia. That's 4 for 0 so far. Should be
Kill for
DHA
Astra.
going down as well. Honestly,
Did you see Quadra?
do we see the Quadra? Do we see it? He just sees Supercharge, but he doesn't have mana. I think DHA makes it out here. No. Oh my God. How did
One
he
more?
live? That's
Gosh.
insane.
They do get this turret here.
Red team's turret has been
I think a little bit, but got it. 4 for 0, 1. And Baron.
Yeah.
This game's starting to look pretty much in the hands of DOV.
It's fairly heavily DOV favored right now. Yeah.
And and this is why, honestly, like, yes, Kaiser does damage early and stuff, but I mean, it's a 35-minute game. DOV knows how to stall out games.
Right.
They weren't doing a good enough job at really trying to press an advantage. DOV was winning fights. Now, honestly, if they were able to run a standard crit ADC, they would be able to keep up with this at least. But Lucian's gonna start falling off pretty hard for damage, and Chef and Asher are only gonna get stronger from this point on. You're really gonna see Rockport starting to struggle.
Yeah. Veigar is still under, by the way. He's at 208 stack, so he's getting closer.
Only at 208 at
208.
36 minutes. Oof,
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like the biggest thing right now isn't just, it's not the Veigar or the Morgana, it's a mix of the both. It's impossible for Rockport to actually get on top of
Yeah.
DOV and engage because they can't get past the Veigar wall, and if they somehow do, he's got Banshees, Morgana has a Black Shield. There's just no feasible way for them to engage, and their comp, with the kind of carries that they have, aren't able to deal with this situation properly.
Yeah, DOV had a pretty good picture for how they like to play, and the way it was into this comp from the side of Rockport.
Yeah.
Actually, really good.
Yeah, and they're playing the banner game pretty well also. That's one thing I think Rockport has been failing on, where DHA is constantly with the banner trying to stop it, rather than just using his own banner to try and counteract it, which would be a fairly decent measure, because banner versus banner, it should be kind of an equal trade, but looks like we're going to see a fight. Nice use of the Glacial Fissure, but a nice double stun from the Veigar is going to stop them up right away. Orbital is going to be able to stop the Singe from going any farther. Morgana's going to fall. Now the Kaiser is next. It's 3 for 0. Worf wants to try and split push the way to victory. He won't be able to get too much other than an inhib, but an incredible fight from Rockport is going to be able to save the game for the time being.
That was pretty big. They only lost an inhib to stall out that Baron. They were going to get an inhib more than likely one way or the other. You see a Trundle bot, you might as well engage instantly. So good job from them to recognize that.
Yeah.
Trundle was there, that
That
fight
fight
could
would
have
have
went
been.
south.
I would have wiped the fight, honestly, if Trundle was there. And that's one thing we've seen Worf do a lot, where he'll just kind of split push and let his team do their own thing, and it has sometimes worked, but more often than not, actually been kind of a downfall for his team, where he's just pushing when he shouldn't be.
Yeah, when you're sieging up an inhib there, you get that bot wave up with the banner, and then you crash them both at the same time and just team fight it. Especially when you have the gold lead still.
Rockport joined in like week 6, week 7.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was week 6.
Oh, it wasn't that early. They were pretty new. I'm pretty sure it was 7 or 8. Honestly,
It wasn't 8. I know it wasn't 8.
because they had a record of what, 5 games? No, not even 4 games.
I'm not sure. Well, they
4 or
also
5 games.
didn't play that game versus Max, so.
True.
But they've been here for a legal amount of time, because we do cut off the entry point for being able to enter into playoffs.
Cat calling the 42-minute game. Oof,
Yeah.
rough. Someone called BGG a Bitcoin lookalike. That feels bad, man.
He's definitely not playing as well as he normally has. He's in a
No.
pretty rough spot. Actually forced to build a banner. They have 3 banners now.
If they would have done this pre-work patch, yeah. If they're running this last patch, yeah, the game would be over by now, because they literally have nothing to stop that.
Right.
As it does now have her Rabadons. I don't know if she had that last fight or not.
Yeah, she's had that for a little bit. Looks like he might be building for a Void Staff now.
Even on a Braum doing quarter of his health, like, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's a little strong. Wow, 2 auto attacks at that much? Yeah, I think. Oh yeah. Ugly Color has finished his Infinity Edge, so he is now a tank busting machine. Gonna be able to just do absolutely stupid amounts of damage when he crits.
He's done like 2 combos only. The Trundle is half health, and that's with the sustain from Trundle Lake.
Yeah.
Now Lucian definitely got a buff late game with the new items.
Oh, for
Not
sure.
new items,
The
but
updated
item
items.
changes.
Why did Kai'Sa build hat? So AP Kai'Sa is probably better than Crit Kai'Sa right now, especially after the minor nerfs to Kai'Sa in the middle of the patch. So she does a lot of burst damage. Most of her kit scales off of AP. She's doing on-hit magic damage anyways. So it's actually a fairly legitimate build. No! Sean Bear! It's okay.
Oh,
it's enough to scare him out. Is that Voldor? Is that you?
Although, is that you on the Tarek?
Right, but a nice double stun actually. Gonna be able to start up another fight, but Ugly Color should be able to rip straight through this Trundle. Taking a lot of damage, but oh, the W from Veigar bursts Rockport down immediately. They don't have the Anivia to win this fight, and that is such a clean fight so far from DOV. They're gonna pick up 3 in the matter of seconds.
They don't even need Baron. They can just.
No, they walk up mid and end
Probably
right
end.
now. Anivia probably can
sweet.
wave clear an alright amount, but has to be careful about getting picked off.
I wish I could see the stats from the damage charts from just that fight alone, because I want to see how much Veigar did. He absolutely nuked 2 members.
Right. Yeah, it was pretty absurd. They're just gonna push up here using the banner. Might not be able to take the next turret, but they might actually just go for a dive instead. This flip onto the Nivea just start out the fight with an okay amount, but the Kaiser's going to be able to ult in. Is she going to get a kill? She'll pick up a
Could be a
Nivea
dead
here.
Anivia.
Yeah. Yeah, so no
Oh
win
my
quite
god,
yet.
Kaiser damage.
Rockport is coming back up now. So I don't think DOV win.
Not quite, but literally all they had to do was walk back, grab the Baron, walk top
Baron.
lane, and take the safe W.
Yeah.
Unless something crazy happens, it should be a game 1 victory for DOV. The way the map's set up right now, it would take a Christmas miracle come early for the side of Rockport to win this game.
Right, and they can definitely win fights here and there. They do have 3 banners. We see 2 banner minions top right now. It's going to be incredibly hard for DOV to actually deal with. But it's just kind of stalling out the time.
That's a huge elder.
Yeah, 3 stacks, pretty good.
Mar's doing her best to clear the wave.
Yeah, I mean, he actually kept some minion dematerializers just for this. He still has 4 left. He didn't use any from the early game.
I really, really, really like that. And this is what I was really wanting to see people doing last patch. Instead, they were just using it early game. Like I've said before, if you saw my post on the Doki chat, I'm not a huge fan of Freak himself, but he does put out some actually pretty solid videos. And
He's a very
talking about
smart
that,
dude. He's
they
very
are.
smart.
Yeah. And that was the thing that he was talking about, is that it took pro players like 2 to 3 weeks to figure out, oh, let's just take Demon Materializer.
Yeah. Oh my god, this fight
That's
so early in the favor of DOV. Kaiser's actually going to ult in the backline, burst out. The Anivia does fall over to Ugly Color, who's now on the run. He does have some lifesteal, so might actually be able to fight this out, but he's not going to be able to dash away quite in time. Worf picks up the kill. That is 4 dead. Yeah, with Singed pushing down the bottom lane, that should be DOV taking game 1.
That is the game, boys. Oh, sorry, I guess I can't say that. I've seen some weird stuff happen, but I really don't think that Cho'Gath's going to be able to go anywhere anytime soon to stop this.
No.
Morgana's
he won't.
pretty annoying when there's no minions around to stop her from hitting Qs. Good game from DLV. They knew if they stalled this out late, they could win. And Rockport was just not able to get enough done early. And BGG, really rough game, honestly. I think that's probably one of the roughest games we've seen from him. Unfortunate time to start that, to have that, but...
What are you thinking for game 1 MVP?
Game 1 MVP? Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to saying Chef.
Yeah, despite my numerous issues with his skilling order,
Build and his skills.
definitely played the game pretty well. Lots of good Vagar walls. Was definitely doing what he needed to shut down the comp from Rockport, so I would agree. Probably Chef MVP for game 1.
In those fights, he was definitely hitting actually a good amount of multi-man stuns and W's.
Yep.
His Event Horizon.
That's his. Event Horizon is E. Dark Matter is his W.
Okay, Dark Matter. If you can hit 2-man Dark Matter, the fight's probably going to go in your way. It's just so much burst damage, especially if you hit a squishy, and I'm pretty sure I saw him hit Lucian and Anivia in fights. And if they get hit by that, it's goodbye 3/4 of your health bar. So, a good game from DLV, honestly. Weren't ever too far behind where it was really going to matter.
Yeah.
They're always in the game. I think the biggest gold lead I think I saw Rockport have was like 1,000. Maybe 3, like 1,000 to 3,000, which is not that bad. Kaiser doing almost 50k damage that game. Sweet mother of Mary.
Guys, I had a little bit of damage for sure. Yeah, and I think a lot of that just came down to comp issues, because, I mean, Rockport did have the early advantage, but their comp, I'd say, was woefully inadequate for what they needed to do.
They, I was going to say they need an Orm, but actually that was a really good job from DOV to ban that out.
Yeah. Ornn would have been nice. A longer range 80 carry, since DOV is probably going to stall. Get that crit out. Also going to be helpful.
And I think that's going to be pretty big I did like the Lucian Braum combo, and I think that was fine in lane. They didn't have anything late,
Yeah,
which is the problem. Where I guess Anivia, but I'm never really gonna say Anivia is probably is gonna solo carry a fight, right?
probably not.
I guess she can, but not probably not the ideal champion for that.